Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy, my channel's Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis updated commodities. We're going to work our way through the dollar, yields, precious metals, and commodities ETFs that I follow. I'll interject my financial opinions as we go through it. And if you need help with anything, check out finding-value.com. That is where I dive deeper into all of these topics, looking for potential investment opportunities in this commodities bull market. All right, so let's dive in. Let's take a look and see what's going on today. We've got a stronger dollar today, ripping higher. We're seeing yields move on up, and that is the driver of this dollar going up. We had a slight movement lower before this, but guys, this could be a bullish formation where the dollar continues higher. Same with yields. So we're up, we're underneath resistance. We haven't broken through that resistance yet, but I think it might try to take a shot at it. We've got the 2-year yield up 0.86%, still looking good to continue higher. We've got the 10-year ripping higher, 2.19, and this looks pretty dang strong. And it's coming right at that resistance trend line right above us. And then we got the 30-year yield continuing higher. Nobody wants this debt. This was above support, and now it's coming off support. It looks pretty stinking strong. Uptrend, uptrend, uptrend in all of them. TYX, TNX ratio, we are slightly higher today, but the momentum is still inverting. Inverting, which is kind of interesting. We've got TLT, which is coming on down, and we were at Resistance City, all the crossroads of resistance, and look at that thing go down. Wow, surprising. So we've got yields going up and bond prices moving down. 2 and 10, we've got so this looked like it was going to rip, but look what happened today. Almost like someone's coming in here to try to, I don't know, do something in the market. Because this is a setup to go higher. We've broken the downtrend, and all of a sudden it was like, no. We need this to go lower. But we have a strong selling pressure day right on support. We'll see if this is a retest or if we actually break through and continue to uninvert. Gold moving sideways, down $5 an ounce. It's back to this support level that we've got. We'll see what happens here. I'm not going to try to guess which direction this is. This is a large selling pressure candlestick that we got yesterday, and we didn't get much of a bounce. Sometimes this is an inverted bloody nose, which could continue lower. So we'll see what happens there. Silver down a little bit. We're still above all of these support levels. Yes, we've got some selling pressure in the short term. No, it hasn't turned around yet. And we are coming into some support down here that we've got underneath us. We'll see if it holds. Platinum down just a teeny bit. We're losing some momentum there. And again, we could be creating a higher low. We've got palladium down a little bit. We are coming and easing back to support. We broke out, and we're doing the retest back to support. And that support level is 1,075 is what I would say. 1,075. GDX down, GDXJ down, and SILJ down. But here's the thing, guys. We are above support levels on all of them. Big support here, right through this level there. We've got support underneath us here. And we've got, this one's got support that's a little bit more behind us. So we're getting some selling pressure. But we are breaking out of patterns from the downside up. Downside upward. And we're breaking out of things upward. So the momentum is still upward in the longer term. Shorter term, we are getting some selling pressure. It is angled downward too, which is generally bullish. XAU to gold ratio, we have a little bit of underperformance of the gold and silver mining companies in relationship to gold. We are still at ridiculously low levels. We've broken the downtrend. We're just low right now. That's where we're at. We're low. And we're waiting for this to work its way on up. The dollar strengthening and those yields going up is putting pressure on everything. That is one of the things that we should be watching. Crude oil, which is also priced in dollars, and remember, dollars went flying today, later in the day. But here we are with oil. It's trying to move higher. We can draw a little trend line here. It looks like it was trying to break out, but it hasn't yet. And maybe we're just delaying this move before the elections. I don't know. Or delaying the move till after the elections. It looks bullish. It doesn't look like this thing wants to drop like a rock, like some people are suggesting. But again, we'll have to see follow through. If this is going to stay below, we got to see big fat follow through. Then I'll change my mind and say, yeah, it looks like we're going lower. Right now, we're trying to break upwards, not downwards. TTF nat gas right back to support. We'll see if that support holds. Natural gas in America just pulling back a little bit. We might be closing this gap here. 257, if you want to know where that's at. Up against resistance. Your boy XOP, yeah, you know me. We are still in the squeeze zone. The squeeze zone between support of the blue and resistance of the white. OIH getting some selling pressure. Looks like a bearish golfing. We could head a little bit lower. Bearish engulfings, they don't hold as much weight when they're down here, and you've already fallen a bunch. They hold a lot more weight at reversal areas, like you're coming and breaking out, and you see them here or here, like you come into that bearish engulfing. So it's down here. We'll see what happens, and if we get any follow through. Newcastle coal futures sideways and still looks good. We're trying to break out to the upside. The dollar is just going around wrecking things right now. Because when you've got a dollar that's this strong, 0.43% in a single day, this big dude here, it puts pressure on commodities. So that's kind of what we're seeing there. Lots and lots of pressure on commodities because of the dollar. And it's manifesting itself across the board. Interest rates are going to put pressure on the overall markets. The dollar going up is going to put pressure on commodities. Sprott Physical Uranium Trust, we're still pulling back within the pattern. Momentum still to the downside. Uranium priced in dollars was down today, 0.44%, coming back to that support level. Almost there. URA, a little bit of selling pressure, but it's not a ton of selling pressure, guys. We're just right at support. We'll see if it holds. URNM down a little bit. That's got a little bit more selling pressure. We'll see if we keep heading lower. Momentum's to the downside. URNJ, same thing. Momentum lower. Bigger selling pressure down day. We've got copper just moving sideways. That still looks good to go higher. It's not going to do it in the face of a really strong dollar. COPX up a little bit. We're in the tip of this pattern that I drew a little while back. Iron ore down just a little bit. Again, it's the dollar, guys. It's not really iron ore moving up and down. This is all dollar related. But the pattern still looks good. You pop higher and then you kind of come back in these flag patterns. Still looks good. We've got aluminum down a little bit, coming off resistance, priced in USD, which is dollar. And that's the strength of the dollar holding this all down. We've got nickel up a little bit, right at kind of a low there. It's trying to turn. Mu is pulling on back. Still haven't broken that downtrend line. Whoa. Right there. Still looks good to go higher in my opinion because we're just leaking sellers off. Emerging markets back to support almost with a falling wedge. Again, guys, this isn't going to go up with the dollar strength. KRE down a little bit. Dollar strength, stronger yields, pulling back to support. TAN down just a little bit with that dollar strength, stronger yields. Lithium up a little bit, 0.74. We're trying to break through this big long-term downtrend line. It will. It looks like it will. You come on up, small selling pressure. Looks ready to try to forcefully get through there. Might take some time, though. Be patient. Hit its head up there on it. REMX looks pretty good. That's also at resistance coming across. We'll see if we can break through. But that looks pretty good. Baltic Dry Index down just a little bit. Just been stair-stepping lower. Momentum still to the downside. Our boy XHB Home Builders moving sideways. Surprised that it didn't sell off dramatically. Strong dollar, strong yields, specifically the 10-year. And this is still holding in there. Russell 2000 up a teeny bit, still above support. These things are just chopping sideways, guys, chopping sideways. SPX up a teeny bit, still have a bearish outlook, in my opinion, where we could easily fall lower. We've got the NASDAQ, same thing, rising wedges into a corner, selling pressure move, small move higher. Downside pressure is still game on at this point, momentum downward. SMCI, probably a corrupt corporation, selling off 10% again. NVIDIA up about 2%, hasn't broken the downtrend or the uptrend line yet. Momentum is still to the downside, coming into that support. Bitcoin down a little bit, still above monstrous support there. Big pattern too, so we could see a big move higher in Bitcoin eventually. Ethereum down just a little bit. It's still moving sideways, and we're getting a retest in the VIX. There's a retest on the VIX today. Usually when this breaks higher, guys, that's when the markets fall. So are we going to fall here coming up next week? Potentially. Potentially we could. A lot of things look pretty weak, and the dollar looks pretty dang strong. So give me a thumb up for the content, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the website. Mayday coupon code is still active. You can use that for 50% off the first month if you want to try it. You can also use it to do a yearly membership with a larger discount. We've got a 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time Sunday. So if you guys want to ask me questions directly, show up, ask me whatever you like. I'll answer basically anything. I cannot give one-on-one advice or anything like that, but I can tell you what I've done. I can tell you the approaches that I've taken. I can tell you setups that I see and all that stuff in the markets. But that's what I've got for today, guys. So we'll catch you next time. This is Finding Value.